Greetings and felicitations, and welcome to another episode of Panopticon Perambulations with me, Kate. If you're new here, hello, you're very welcome. If you're returning, it's very good to see you back. I'd like to ask, if I may, if you like the content, to like and subscribe and possibly share, so it helps to grow the channel and gets this out there for more people to see. And I thank you very much for doing that. And for all those who have subscribed, thank you so much. It means a lot. It's very much appreciated. Today we're in a town 20 miles due north of Manchester, in a town called Haslingden, to come and see the second of our visits to the series of sculptures known as Panopticons. This one is called the Halo, and it's situated in the hills high above Haslingden in the Rosendale Valley. We found a car park, a small car park just outside of the town, and we're now embarking on the walk, which is about a mile. It's a bit of a steep climb up to the Panopticon itself. Just stopping here to admire the cottage garden and the geraniums, Welsh poppies and buttercups growing out of the wall. You can see it's quite windy, but it is still quite warm. For those of you not familiar with the name Panopticon, or who haven't seen the previous video of the singing ringing tree, which I will leave a link for in the description, the dictionary definition of a panopticon is a circular prison with cells arranged around a central well from which prisoners could at all times be observed. So as you can imagine, these sculptures are situated quite high up, and the views down into the valley, which you can see here, and we're only halfway up, are quite spectacular. The view there is right over on the other side of the valley and beyond. And we're heading to a location known as Top Hut Slate Old Quarry and Landfill Site. And Haslingden is particularly well known for its stone and its quarrying industry. The name Haslingden means Valley of Hazels or Valley growing with hazels, but this particular town is known more for its quarrying and stone than it is for its trees. Haslingden stone, or Haslingden flag as it's known, is a type of sandstone quarried in the Pennines here in England. It's a type of grained quartz-based sandstone, and its hardness and silica content are similar to granite. It's particularly prized for its durability and widely used for paving, roofing and walling. And Trafalgar Square in London has the honour of being paved with Haslingden flag. As you can see, it is quite a climb, and if you are hard of walking, you could actually drive up here and get as close as you can to the Halo and park up and walk up through this little wooded area to the actual sculpture itself. We're just walking up now through the broom and the gorse. A nice pleasantly planted area. There's a few memorial benches just in the distance there, where you can sit and admire the view down into the valley and over the town. It's getting quite blustery up here now. It is very, very windy, which is why I'm doing a voiceover. Otherwise you wouldn't be able to hear me. Those clouds look amazing. And there we go. There it is. The Halo. What do we think? This is the famous Halo, and it's one of a series of sculptures across the East Lancs Pennines known as Panopticons, which I explained earlier what the dictionary definition of that is. They're commissioned by the East Lancs Environmental Arts Network and named as the 21st landmark symbols of Renaissance of the area. Look at those views down into the valley. You can see why they wanted to call it Panopticon. This structure was designed by a gentleman known as John Kennedy and Land Lab. It's 18 metres in diameter and it's a steel lattice structure supported on a tripod, and it's 5 metres above the ground. As you can see in its immediate surroundings, there is evidence of quarrying, and it was an old landfill site. As we get closer to it, you can see the LED lights that are situated on the girders and the bars, and at night this is lit up and it glows sky blue after dark, and it looks like an alien visitation hovering above the town. The structure's clearly visible from the M66 and the A56 approach to Pennines in Lancashire. And we're just now going over to the viewing point to look down into the valley. I'm not actually sure if it shows it on screen, but I could see it from the viewing point. But you can see Peel Tower, which was built. It's situated in Ramsbottom near Bury, and it was built to commemorate Sir Robert Peel, who was the founder of our illustrious police force. So where we're looking now, we're looking down south towards Bury and Manchester, and then you can see further down towards the Derbyshire Pennines, and looking down over into the town. There's a few sketches that I've done of the Panopticon itself. It was very windy, so it was just a quick sketch, and I managed to finish it off in the car, which you'll see at the end of the video. There's Noel sitting happily drawing with his hood up so he doesn't get all windswept and interesting. So as well as being part of the 4 Panopticon series, it's also the centrepiece of a wider scheme, the Remade in Lancs Progress, Reclaim and Return public use of 33 hectares of land back to the people of Lancashire. So there was tree planting and picnic tables and the memorial benches. And you'll see in a little while when we're walking back down from the halo what that looks like. It's quite a nice walk, to be fair, because it does look a little bleak and uninteresting up here. I was here some time ago, I think it was in about 2019, and the area has changed quite a bit since then. As you can see, it's quite nice and green and lush, the picnic tables there. This was all quarry and stone, and not quite as leafy and green as this last time I was here. So this is lovely to see, and a nice place to sit and do some more drawings, but not today because it really is very blustery, and everything was just blowing all over the place, pages, and probably not quite as blustery as it was up at the Singing Ringing Tree last time, but you'll have to go and have a look at that to find how windy that was. So now we're just having a wander through the plantation, the heather there. That's grown up quite a bit since I was here last time, because all you could see before was the stone. It really is lovely. It is quite a lovely walk, but it is quite challenging, and I would say put your sturdy boots on. Not great for wheelchair access, so just be aware of that. I don't even think with off-road tyres you'd do well up here, or a pram. So if your little ones can walk without the need of a perambulation, although we are on a Panopticon perambulation, that would be preferable. Lots of puddles for them to jump in. So we're just on our wanderings now down through the woodland and seeing the planting that's been done, and this all hides the scarring of the landfill and the past quarrying, and it's all quite lovely, and all for the joy of the townsfolk to get out of the town and come and have a walk up here. I wonder what you think of these sculptures and the planting and the regeneration of the area. Do you think it's a waste of money by the councils, or do you think that they're doing a good thing? I think it's nice that we've got places of greenery to come and walk in, and places of interest to go and visit. Towns can be dreary places. So to be able to get outside and get out into some greenery and have a nice walk, picnic, chat with your friends, maybe sit and draw, do a bit of plein air painting. There's quite a lot of subject matter up here to get your teeth into. I wonder what you think. Please drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know. Is it somewhere you'd like to visit? Is it somewhere you've been? So from here we're going to head on back down to the car. It's a mile back down again. And then we're going to go and probably find a cup of tea, because you always need a cup of tea and a piece of outing cake. That's always a bonus. And then there's a little hidden gem that I'm going to take you to that we didn't know about. We've only just found out about it. It's called Rosendale Antiques and Vintage, and it's an absolute treasure trove. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, stay with us till the end. You can come and have a rummage in the vintage store. Here's a lovely patch of speedwell situated in amongst the buttercups. Nice little patch of blue there. Here's a few stills on the way down, Welsh poppies in the wall. I thought these would be lovely subjects to do some sketching and painting of. And here we are, Rosendale Antiques and Vintage. There's the list of the opening times. Let's step inside. I was chatting to the proprietors of this place, and I've never seen it before. I didn't even know it was here. I was chatting away to them. Love that rocking horse. And they have been on television. They were on Celebrity Antiques Road Trip, and Ryan Thomas of Coronation Street fame was the celebrity that came to visit them. He did buy something, but they didn't say what it was, and I don't know whether they won. But look at all these treasures. It's so stimulating being your head. Does anybody know what film that's from? If you do, put it in the comments below, let me know. Hello! All manner of trinkets and treasures and brooches. Nice way to store them. I thought it'd be nice to have a look round here and go on a little bit of a nostalgic trip, and also looking for interesting things to sketch and draw. That this teapot was particularly interesting. That had appealed to a few of my friends who like textile art. You know who you are. Those ornaments there reminded me of my mum's house back in the 80s. She loved her red glass and cranberry glass and all the china ornaments. Pain in the backside when it was my turn to dust though. A desk there, I used to have one of those. All these little rooms with hidden treasure. Fabulous. Doll's pram. We had one of those, but it was bigger, and we made the wheels into what was known as a bogie. It was like a go-kart. You used to pull it around on a piece of string. There's two pictures there to the left, which I'll do a close-up of in a moment. And they're of the local area, so I imagine they're by a local artist. Does anybody recognise it? Does anybody recognise the signature or the work? I wonder if anybody knows who did them. At Haslingden Park. I do like that little pram. Lots of crafting treasures there, tapestry wool, and I had to behave myself and say no, because I have got lots of stuff that I do need to use up. A lovely idea there for mannequin body forms. I have one in the garden. I think I might paint it. There's my legs, all clad in tartan. I particularly like this picture. It appeals to me, the shadows and the colours. I think it's dark. I want to walk down that path. Deer's head there. That would be particularly good to draw. Not an original in the background there, but I wish it was. So much treasure. And all these things would be lovely planters for the garden. A tiny baby bathtub. And the wicker baskets, they'd all be lovely for planting up. Some prints here, signed prints. I'm not sure who they're by. Wild Thing. I think they're, I'm not sure whether they're photographs or pencil drawings. Signed nonetheless. Can you see the name on the bottom? Wild Thing by Lee. I'm not sure whether that was Evans. Can't see it. There's Mrs. Tiggy Winkle's cousin. A bit of taxidermy there. Those eyes look so soulful, like she's sorry she's ruined your washing. A tea's maid. Remember my dad having a tea's maid. They're so noisy. They'd wake you up about an hour before you needed to be awake. And we're just nearly coming towards the end of our view and visit round Rosendale Antiques and Vintage. I wonder if these are the sorts of videos that you enjoy. The Panopticon perambulations and the antique ambulations. Do drop a comment down below and let me know. I'll put links in the description of where these places are, so that if you would like to have a visit, the directions and descriptions of the places will be there. It's wonderful that you've all come for a visit, come back to see me. Oh, Silver Cross pram there, we had one of those. That's what we've made a bogie out of. That's the full size one. As I say, thank you all for coming and spending some time with us on our walks and our investigations and sketching. You're very welcome. Love to see you all back again. If you are enjoying it, please do like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if these are the sorts of things that you enjoy. I'll say goodbye for now. Bye.